10 Sneaky Ways Men Try to Control INFJ Females. INFJ females, one of the rarest personality types in the Myers-Briggs system, are known for their deep empathy, insight, and idealism. But because of their compassionate nature and desire to help others, INFJ women are often targeted by individuals, especially in relationships, who seek to control them. The INFJ's emotional depth, sensitivity, and tendency to prioritize others' needs over their own can make them vulnerable to manipulative tactics. In this video, we'll dive into the sneaky ways some men try to control INFJ females and how they can recognize these tactics to protect their emotional well-being. 1. Emotional manipulation through guilt. One of the most common ways men try to control INFJ women is through emotional manipulation, particularly by playing on their sense of guilt. INFJs are deeply empathetic and tend to feel responsible for the emotions of others. Men who seek control may exploit this by making the INFJ feel guilty for small mistakes, not meeting their needs, or not being available enough. This constant guilt-tripping can make an INFJ feel like they are always at fault, thus allowing the manipulator to exert control by keeping them in a state of constant emotional uncertainty. 2. Love bombing and idealization. Many controlling men use love bombing to overwhelm an INFJ woman with affection, attention, and compliments at the beginning of the relationship. INFJ women, being intuitive and romantic by nature, can easily get swept up in the intensity of the connection. However, this tactic is used to create dependency. Once the INFJ feels emotionally invested, the controlling behavior begins, and the love and affection are withdrawn as a form of punishment or control. 3. Gaslighting undermining the INFJ's intuition. INFJ women are known for their strong intuition and ability to sense the emotions and motives of others. However, some men will try to control them by gaslighting, manipulating the INFJ into doubting their own intuition and perceptions. This can come in the form of dismissing their concerns, telling them they're too sensitive, or outright denying things that the INFJ knows to be true. Over time, this tactic can make an INFJ doubt their own instincts and feel like they need to rely on the manipulator for clarity and guidance. 4. Isolation from support systems. Another sneaky method of control is isolating an INFJ woman from her support systems. INFJs often have a small but close circle of trusted friends and family. Men who seek to control them might subtly criticize these relationships, planting seeds of doubt or jealousy. Comments like, "I don't think your friends really understand you," or "Why do you need to talk to them so much?" are red flags. Over time, the INFJ may feel disconnected from her support system, making her more dependent on the controlling partner. 5. Exploiting empathy and emotional labor. INFJ women are natural healers. Their desire to help and nurture others often leads them to take on more emotional labor in relationships. Controlling men can take advantage of this by constantly offloading their emotional baggage onto the INFJ, making her feel responsible for their happiness and well-being. This leaves little room for the INFJ to focus on her own emotional needs, creating an imbalance where she feels exhausted and overburdened but is convinced that her role is to fix the other person. 6. Subtle criticism of INFJ's personal growth. INFJs are lifelong learners, constantly seeking personal growth and self-discovery. Men who want to control them may use subtle criticisms to undermine their self-confidence and ambitions. They might downplay the INFJ's achievements or discourage her from pursuing goals that don't directly benefit the relationship. Comments like, "Why are you wasting time on that?" or "That's not really going to get you anywhere" can slowly erode an INFJ's confidence, making her feel unworthy or incapable of achieving her full potential without the controlling partner. 7. Weaponizing vulnerabilities. INFJ women are open and honest, especially in close relationships. They are willing to share their deepest thoughts and vulnerabilities. Unfortunately, controlling men can use this openness against them by bringing up past traumas, fears, or insecurities in arguments or disagreements. For example, if an INFJ expresses fear of abandonment, the controlling partner might subtly hint at leaving during every argument, making the INFJ feel desperate to maintain the relationship at all costs. 8. Creating emotional dependency. Some men will intentionally create situations where the INFJ feels emotionally dependent on them. This could involve withdrawing affection or support, only to give it back in small doses when the INFJ conforms to their expectations. By creating emotional highs and lows, the controlling man keeps the INFJ constantly seeking validation from him, reinforcing the cycle of dependency and control. 9. Financial control and decision-making. While emotional control is common, some men may try to control INFJ women through financial means. By controlling the finances, making all major decisions, or subtly discouraging the INFJ from pursuing her own career or financial independence, these men can create a power imbalance. The INFJ, already prone to self-sacrifice, might feel trapped or indebted, making it harder to leave the relationship. 10. Using empathy to elicit forgiveness. INFJ women are often quick to forgive, especially when someone appeals to their empathy. A controlling man might take advantage of this by using his past traumas, emotional baggage, or sad stories to manipulate the INFJ into forgiving hurtful behavior. He might say things like, "I had a tough childhood," or "I'm just going through a rough time," to excuse actions that should be confronted, thus keeping the INFJ in a cycle of forgiving and overlooking red flags. For INFJ women, it's essential to recognize these subtle and sneaky ways that men can attempt to control them. Understanding these tactics helps INFJs set strong boundaries and maintain emotional independence in relationships. By trusting their intuition, staying connected to their support system, and prioritizing their own needs and growth, INFJ women can protect themselves from manipulation and thrive in healthy, balanced relationships. If you're an INFJ, remember that your empathy and kindness are strengths, but they should never be exploited. Protect your emotional well-being by staying true to yourself and refusing to let others control your narrative. Let us know in the comments if you've encountered any of these sneaky control tactics and how you overcame them.